Hi guys, today please give me a few minutes and you'll understand fully why the France election is such an important checkpoint for us this year and for the whole world. That the scale is really large. Okay, so first of all, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm glad to see our subscribers is going above 400 already. Let's challenge 1,000, please. And thank you for the support. And also my Facebook page is also Gregory C is my first and last name, right? So today, give me 30 seconds, you'll know why you should not leave this video now, okay? Today, the election of France is within 1 week away. So the most important thing is how much influence a country is making to the world. So we know that the EU is really large of a scale, but the France is, according to GDP, is the second biggest, largest country in the EU, okay? After the British Brexit, okay? So the first one is Germany. So in the 2017, there are many checkpoints and many kind of crises and issues within the EU itself. But too much information, but we have too less of time. So we really have to focus on which country is important, which ones aren't, okay? The France is a must-do analysis, okay? So today, I've collected all the data, I have the conclusion, I've digested all of the food for you guys. Just for a few minutes, you'll understand fully what it is, what their policies are, and what we have to prepare for the election, okay? So we understand that it's like a Jenga game, okay? So everyone is going to exit the EU, right? But we never know if we move this piece of puzzle, will the whole thing fall? We will never know the answer. That's why we understand why gold, Japanese yen, and also Swiss franc, they're all going up, right? People are really concerned of the stock market and the economy. So now we'll update kind of the statistics for now. So Macron is one of the candidates. Le Pen is one of the candidates. If you say Le Pen, that's wrong, right? You know, Le Pen, E-N is Le Pen, okay? So Le Pen is so-called female version of Donald Trump. So that is kind of in a good nickname for her, because once you understand that, you fully understand her policies, okay? But right now, Macron, the support probability is 62% voting for him for now, 37% is for Le Pen for now. So people tend to think Le Pen is more risk, more return. Macron is safer and less return, something like that for you to understand. But now, in the side bet, it's 99% chance people saying that Macron will win. So now you will know that the gold price is going back down, Japanese dollar and Swiss francs is all going weaker. So that is how fluctuate the market is, because we're human, right? We change every day, every hour, okay? Especially your husband or your wife or your spouse, okay? That's the main thing. So if Macron wins, what will happen? First of all, let us understand more about Macron. So his policies are more like business ecosystem related. So I'll set the rules, you guys will play the game yourself within, okay? So he will cut the tax, he will also have a more flexible and relaxed restrictions for the employees and staff. So now he set the rules, so you guys play the game, okay? So if I cut the tax, you will naturally spend more. But that doesn't work in Japan, right? Hopefully it works for him. But that will bring another problem, because he will stay in the EU, he will also still allow the refugees to come to France. So it's more or less basically what we talked about in 10 years ago. We'll do exactly the same thing. We welcome everyone, we will do economic thing, we don't do things manually, we'll do things naturally, right? So nowadays the game is kind of different, right? People say it's not working, we need a change. So that is the potential risk within. So diplomatic currencies, how they will do business, right? First of all, he's staying in EU, right? So people have less of a confidence of euro right now. So he will do something about the euro and eurozone to make our confidence level go up. So that is a must. So maybe euro is a short-term investment that you can do. And we have to understand the game of money, right? So countries are just same as companies. They really have to operate to profit. So now, as long as we understand this game, we'll understand one of the policies from Macron is to stay in EU, right? So we have to understand which countries EU is losing money to and which countries EU is profiting from, okay? So for this country that EU has deficit, we can more or less buy this index or ETF and funds. For example, the top one is China and Netherlands and Russia. So if Macron wins, of course, he'll try to get some more out of China, but it's pretty hard. If he wins, Chinese markets, Netherlands, and especially Russia, and especially the oil price has rebounded quite a lot. So this year, China and Russia may be good point to invest. And especially after the meeting of the Chinese President Xi and Donald Trump, and when he came back to China, the index dropped a lot because people panic about the war and the games of North American between American, right? That's pretty difficult place that they're putting themselves in, but the valuation is pretty attractive. So which countries EU is profiting from? First of all, we'll understand the whole story. United States and then United Kingdom. That is it. So that is why Donald Trump really wants the EU to dismiss, and then he can talk to a country one by one with different terms. So that is exactly what this Donald Trump is doing, okay? So because he's losing money to EU, right? So if Macron wins, United States and the index and stocks and even the economy may sack back a little bit, okay? So does UK. So the third one is France. So right now, you understand why. Also, there are a certain amount of people support Le Pen because we as in France, we're earning money, we have the power in our hands, we have the bets in our hands to play the game. But people like Spain and Italy, not to forget, is because of Germany and France and UK giving membership fees to the EU. That is why you guys are still surviving, right? So they're saying, oh guys, you guys are losing money and you have the same power, bargaining power. And we, as the second largest economy, we only have the same bargaining power as you guys. That's kind of nonsense, right? So let's quit. So that is kind of makes sense what Le Pen is saying, right? So as long as we understand the numbers behind, we'll always understand the news. And then in front of your friends, you'll be really proud because at least I'm not sure you will profit or loss in markets, but in front of your friends, you have gained their respect already because it's pretty cool, right? If you can able to speak these terms. But now, seriously, you can understand the news, alright? Okay, you can now turn on Bloomberg, you understand. That's pretty fun. So for Macron, is the checkpoint. I think he was going to, first of all, talking about the euro and the euro dollar, about the confidence, and he will start cutting tax. So for cutting tax, it's a continuous game. So it starts in US and the UK. Will people also keep on cutting tax? Because people are just like sheep, right? One does that, the second will do that, and then a bunch of people will do the same thing. So if you cut the tax, your economy is good, I will follow you. If you quit the EU and the result is good, I will follow you, right? So if that is true, we'll understand if the cutting tax scheme is going on, you will understand our country and properties and also stock markets may also increase and may also accumulate growth in the coming future if Macron wins. So what if Le Pen wins? So first of all, you ask, she has only 1% chance of winning, right? Wait a second, that is the key. Because if before the election day comes, any slight change increase in Le Pen's vote, all the assets and the prices will reverse, okay? That is the point, that's the situation and place that we can invest. So Le Pen is more of France first policy, such as American first. So now I build a brick wall in between all the countries. So if you don't get in, okay, we'll talk to you one by one with different terms. So instead of joining EU, I'll quit the EU. Just like opening the chat group, right? So if you have WhatsApp group or whatever group you have, so you have this group for more than 10 years, okay? So suddenly one of your friends quits, you wonder first thing, you may not quit, but you will understand, does he understand or know something that I don't know? That is the thing that France is talking about. So now everyone is looking at UK. If they're doing good, people will leave EU. So you won't let this happen. So they will stand firm and say, you quit, you're lost, okay? I think they will no longer make the same terms or same deals with the EU. So Theresa May say, forget it. You will do the same thing. So let's suck it up and just put your head down and we'll do it ourselves. So Le Pen is more or less doing the same thing. So the problem is, after quitting this such a big group, what are they going to do next? I think they're either not opening groups or they will open many smaller groups so that they have more control in their hands. So let me conclude that Le Pen is high risk, high return, more manually, okay? Macron is naturally more automatic and lesser return, less risk, okay? So we'll conclude that Le Pen is more to the Russia side, right? We'll understand that the EU is losing money to Russia, right? Now, if I quit, I'll earn money from Russia, maybe something like that. So what will happen in the next 30 to 90 days if Le Pen wins? So first of all, we'll think think that she is going to expel the illegal immigrants and also make more limitations of the immigration and the refugees. And then that is really likely that she will quit the war game and leave the money reserved to strengthen the police inside France itself because of the ISIS and the terrorist attacks. So that is for sure, people like that, people won't have objection about that, right? Then she may relaunch the currency of France. So the France as a country, they may have two different currencies to use all together. So that is pretty funny. I understand what she is going to, but the risk is pretty high. If that is successful, then she will launch a discussion of leaving the Eurozone. So that is about the story that will happen. So in conclusion, what we should pay attention of the assets. First of all, euro is going up. First of all, technically, it is broken above the bottom triangle. The target is pretty far away. So pretty good deal if you long or buy some euro, if you go to travel and invest whatever you want. But because right now it's 99% chance that Macron is going to win, so we think that the euro going up, the chance and the intensity will be weaker because we have anticipated it already. Investment is all about anticipation. Whether it's anticipated already or it hasn't been anticipated. That is the key. But what the market hasn't anticipated is Le Pen suddenly have a higher chance of winning the president. Then the euro will drop like hell, okay? So we can short the euro. If you know how to play or what to play with the forex, or if you happen to have euro on hand, you can sell them if that chance comes. So gold is the same. Now we feel safer, right? But if Le Pen wins, the gold will go up like rockets, okay? But if Macron wins, because we have anticipated, right, the gold will not go down that much. So it will go up more, but the room of going down will be less. So especially now, the gold is around 1260 level. This is a strong support line. It is not breaking below. I think it's a pretty good deal that you can buy a little bit of gold, okay? So the last one is the Chinese markets. So wait a second, I'm talking about 5 to 6 markets. So the Chinese economy will continue to go up, or especially technically, the Chinese index is dropping a lot after talking to Donald Trump about the war, the North Korea stuff like that. But if he wins, remember the chart, EU is continuing to lose money to the Chinese. Okay, the Chinese will keep on playing the profiting game. So that is the key. But the correlation, the highest ones are Taiwan and Hong Kong. These two countries that you can also pay attention to. Also Malaysia and Singapore have a higher correlation with the Chinese market. And not to forget, Australian index. The most recent 5 years, the correlation between the Chinese market is really going up higher and higher. And of course, the Australian dollars that you can pay attention to. It may also do you good. So the last thing is the conclusion of the 2017. There are many crises happening in the EU. What next, okay? So please, if you like this video, please just press the like button now and share the videos to your friends. That's why I know that I should still keep on putting this much effort for making the video. And of course, the English is not my first language, but I believe investment is a global thing. It's just one language, is investment. But I need to know that if you guys are watching or if you guys want some videos like that. So I'm just testing out the market because in the future, I'm moving back to the North America to live, right? So I'm just testing out the market. But please let me know if I'm going for the right direction, if my English is okay. I would like to know everything. Or the other topics or something you don't know, I can either answer you in the comments or I can make you another video if that's really important and many of the subscribers and fans want to know, then I can make you another video. Remember to subscribe and like my page. Okay, so the last thing is 2017. We see in March, April, May, June, September, and October, almost every month there's an election or issues going on within all the countries around you, right? So now after this video, it's really, really informative and difficult, I can tell you. But I suggest you to replay it again, find a pen or Apple pen that you can take notes of, and then lead to what next, what you can do and execute in terms of investment or in terms of preparation. In terms of housing market, if you are living in the United States, if they cut tax, will the housing market go up? If the stock market go up, or if the currencies go up, everything up. Even you do business, right? If you cut tax, you will do more business, you will do more factories within the United States or Australia. Everything is about continuing the game of Donald Trump, okay? But after this informative video, hopefully you appreciate, but you understand which countries that we have to pay attention to, which countries not to pay too much attention 2. Okay, so France and Germany, especially in Q3 Germany election, is pretty much a big deal. So now you may not know the result, right? But you know the timeline. You know by September I have to take care of this portfolio. By June I have to prepare for the hit, something like that, because portfolios are all about anticipation. So if you want to know more about anything, you can leave me a message below. So with that being said, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So I'm Greg. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.